In 1866, some 23,000 of the city's 31,500 blacks were said to be suffering some type of untreated illness or disease. The hospital staff accepted its responsibility, and their superhuman efforts did reduce some of the suffering of the ex slaves. The hospital stands today as Howard University Hospital. Shout out to Howard University Hospital. Howard University, a school for mulattoes. In 1867, General O. Howard also established Howard University, the paragon of black education in Washington, D.C. The initial and unannounced role of Howard was to educate the mulatto offspring of white congressmen. Howard remained a school primarily for the so-called elite blacks until the black civil rights movement of the late 1950s. But like all black schools, Howard grew out of the ashes of the Civil War. General O. Howard, a well-known hero of the Civil War, was the founder, first president, and namesake of the school. So he wasn't black. He was a white dude. Because of its mulatto students and special relationship to Congress, it was the only black school that received large federal funding. It was authorized to teach a full complement of standardized academics with professional courses, including medicine and law, and prepared black children to compete with white children, breaking an old taboo. Chartered by the U.S. Congress, Howard assumed the name and rank of a college from the beginning, unlike the other black colleges throughout the South that started out as elementary schools and had to work their way up to become a college. Situated in the nation's capital, Howard was the capstone school for blacks. What do y'all think about that? How do you feel about that? Howard's a trip, man. I like Howard, but Lord, sometimes some of the stuff I see is kind of weird. First off, in this history, it kind of helps me understand it. Dr. Claude Anderson mentioned to me one time that he lived. I hope he doesn't mind me saying this, but he's lived down the street from Howard University for like 40 years or something. And they've invited all kinds of white people to come speak there, but they've never ever invited him to speak. And he is not able to really travel like he used to, so he probably couldn't do it now. But I think he felt some kind of way about it. I know I do. I think that it's quite unfortunate that and this is where the dollars and cents keep you from common sense, right? Common sense would say, well, yeah, we're black. We care about black people. Dr. Claude Anderson is considered to be one of the great economic thinkers of our time. He's respected by lots of people. Why wouldn't we have him in? We've had lots of mediocre white people speak here, so why don't we bring this guy, this exceptional black man, onto our campus? That's common sense. But dollars and cents says, well, no, he's dangerous. Why is he dangerous? Well, because he's teaching black people to own businesses, and we want black people to learn how to work for businesses. We want them to learn how to become employees, not owners. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Or maybe he's radical because he speaks a truth about what happened to black people in terms of historically how the wealth was stolen, how we were treated in the past, and maybe those are just dangerous ideas. And so this is where the dollars and cents that overrides the common sense needs to be countered with another type of dollars and cents, which is independent black dollars to build truly independent black institutions. So while Howard is a great institution that does a lot of amazing things, maybe it would be unrealistic to expect that a Howard or a lot of HBCUs could really truly serve the black community in the way that they could and should if they were truly independent black owned institutions, right? A white owned institution that started with white presidents, started by a white guy, is going to have a little bit more of a difficult time doing the job that is required when it comes to truly repairing the black community. I mean, think about it. We've had these HBCUs for many years, and black wealth keeps going down. Why in the hell is black wealth going down when you've got these, allegedly black institutions that are educating just millions and millions of black people? Not to say they're not doing their job, but they're not doing the job, right? They're doing a job. They're doing a job. So the question will be, what job are they doing and who are they doing it for? Well, I dare to argue, quite simply, that they're doing a wonderful job for white-owned institutions, supplying black talent that they can then extract from the black community, just like you suck oil out of the ground. They're doing a wonderful job of mass producing employees that can go work for Goldman Sachs and serve the Jewish community, or they can go work for Netflix, or they can go work for Google. And this has become a source of pride. Black people brag quite loudly when we get really nice jobs working for big white companies.